Okay, this spell is a lost jar spell. So basically, we have the client who wants something more from a coworker. So we're going to get him interested, and I'm calling on Sitri. Sitri is a spirit from the Goetia. I'll go into that in a little bit more depth. For now, I've got photographs. I'm holding them down here because I really can't bring them up because I'm afraid of someone seeing them. So I'm anointing them with communication oil because to get something started, you really need to, get communication, some sort of form of communication open. So that's the communication oil on. The photographs, I'm going to put some increase attraction on her photograph. I do think that he's interested. I just think it's maybe a little bit of fear that's holding him back. I'm putting control oil on his picture. Sorry, I'm doing this in a bizarre way. I normally would do this prior to starting the spell, but I thought I would just do everything at once. And this is like a pheromones to get, a sexual vibe between the two of them. Okay. So they're face to face, and what I'm going to do is fold them towards me like so, clockwise, and then also I have on the channel I do like little contact me spells, and it's a handwritten spell and it's anointed with communication oils and things like that. So I have that on a piece of paper along with what I want to happen, but I'm also encouraging him to contact her. So I'll be placing that in the jar as well. You need to probably reference the video. I don't have time to go over it here, but you need to put some sort of a symbol to do with the air. So I use the actual air element symbol, or you could use wings, something along those lines, clouds, something that corresponds to the air. And then I basically put together a little note for him to contact her, but I'm writing it from her point of view, if that makes sense, as if I'm her. So look on the channel for contact me spells and you will see exactly what I've done. And the petition is on that as well, so I'm folding that towards me as well, clockwise like so. And you need a little jar like this. Now I'm not binding anything here. I'm not binding because these two people are with others, so there really is no point in me binding, because if I start to bind, that can cause a problem and we don't want that. So bindings to me are only for love. You can bind it in lust, yeah, but I think you're better just erring on the side of caution. You don't want things to get out of hand, so that's why I've not used the red yarn and stuff. But anyway, Sitri, information on Sitri, which I'm sure you all know at this point. Sitri, this is from again the Monaltry Goetia by S. Conley. Color blue, incense, cedar, metal, tin, planet Jupiter, element earth. N is lyric Allura Viva Citri, and the N is something that I chant whilst I basically, passing the intent on to the spirit. What I do is I print these seals off, and I will go over the lines and over all the letters, and I will basically chant that N. I know most of these N's off the top of my head, and I will chant the N, and then I will speak what I want and what I get, what he will get in return, she will get in return. Normally, the spirits, I would say, to make their name known. The channel is a good way for me to, showcase these spirits and what they can do. So, anyway, Original purpose. Sitri is a lost spirit and causes men and women to be passionate and get naked around one another. So that's why I've chosen Sitri. And the author goes on to say, invoke Sitri for seduction rituals, become incubi or succubi, invoke Sitri during sex magic to boost the energy raised. Sitri can also be called up when you seek to infuse any creative project with passion. I saw Sitri as feminine and fire. Interesting, the feminine. I don't really pick that up from Sitri, but at the end of the day, everyone's different. So I'm putting some sugar in that. That's to sweeten him up. And you can use honey, you can use syrup, anything along those lines. I don't see why you could even, use sweetener. Anything that is sweet. There we go. To get this jump started, I'm using some precipitation powder. Again, if you don't have this, don't panic. At the end of the day, I use it because I have it. I can't vouch for whether it actually works or not. It's just something I use in these workings, and it's hard to know. So this is cinnamon and ginger mixed together, and this is excellent for lust. Okay. And I'm going to put a bit of orris root in there to get things pushed forward. Orris root is good for that. And Damayana, another item very good for lust. Okay. Not a lot of oils because I don't want to ruin this. I like to keep things dry when I use sugar. So again, that was attraction. Communication, attraction. And let's see what else. I'm not using control. I think that's probably. Is there anything else I could use? I don't think I wanna. This could be an idea. Yeah. I don't know where that lid went. It just flew off. Again, this item is excellent for jump-starting spells. It contains stuff that ignites, and I use this on my candles. I'll go into a deeper explanation at another time. 1 second. Okay. So I'm just going to blow some life into this jar to bring it, also to push some energy. I'm going to pop a lid on it. So I'm going to use one of these large red tapers, and you can inscribe, the spirit's name if you're making this an offering to the spirit. For instance, Sitri, I have Sitri inscribed in it, and I've got lust etched in here. I'm looking for my little. I've got a little. Where is it? Is that it? Yeah. Sometimes I have a little. I'm not sure this is it, but it's a sharp thing that I use, and it works well for candles, where you can, etch in whatever you want. So we're writing the word lust, and I'm writing their names on this. Okay. When you're writing a petition and you want lust, you want to get it together with someone, and you have a relationship, say you've got marriage or whatever, it's important to write on your petition that you want harm to none, and you want to keep it basically protected. I can't judge. I'm not going to judge anyone for what they do. That's not my place. But I think it's important that you write the petition in a certain way that things don't come into the light. Let's see. Sometimes I swirl it around the candle, but anyway, there we go. And you can just use the same oils, traction oil. Some people go from the top to the bottom. I go from the bottom to the top. Each to their own at the end of the day. This is Lost Oil. I actually did put that in the jar. I should have said that, and on the pictures. Communication oil. Okay. This is a friendship oil. This is good because we want to keep them, we want to keep them as friends, and we want to get them. I don't mean to stay friends, but what I'm saying is that we want them to continue to be together as in friends, nothing to get in the way to split them apart is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'll get that sorted for later. That will go on top of that, and I'll burn a notch of that each night whilst asking for things to work out. So that will sit on top of Citri's seal, and this will go here with a candle holder, if I can find one, like so. And I'll burn, like I said, maybe over 5 nights, a little. That'll probably last 5 nights. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll burn out. I'll see. I might burn another run of, another candle. I'll see. I'm not sure. And with the wax, I just take that along with the jar when I'm ready to bury it. And I usually bury it at the base of a tree. Or you could put it in a body of water, like a sea or something. But I'm not fussed on that, to be honest with you, because of wildlife and things like that. But there's nothing, the oils and stuff would be toxic. But, I'm just careful as to where I put things. 1 second. Pop it over there. Right. I did look at a few cards regarding the situation. There's something about him that really attracts you. And I do think something's going to come your way. The storks tell me that. There's the lily. That makes me think something will happen between the two of you. Be careful, because I have a ring on that. And I also have a feeling that someone will get involved a bit more than the other. So just be careful on that one. That's not what we want or we asked for. But sometimes these things can happen. So just be careful. But yeah, I mean, you see him. He seems to be quite. Is he a big? How can I phrase it? Not chunky, but like quite a big man. The bear card makes me think that. And yeah, let me see. There's going to be some sort of a gathering to, like a social event. Dear knows when that will be with regards to the situation in the world at the minute. But I think it might have something to do with the workplace. There's the house in the middle. That's something to do with a building. Could be, again, that card can represent a court or a police station or a hospital or something along those lines. But something's swaying me towards your workplace. Some sort of an event, and it will be social. And I think something will come out the book. That's the secret. I think there'll be something. Maybe he will express his feelings to you at that point. So I'm thinking, yeah, there's something coming. Yeah. Cards. I should say that cards sometimes they don't. I was actually talking to a client about this recently. That sometimes cards don't. They don't tie with the here and the now, if you know what I mean. But down the line, cards will. Sometimes I get clients and they come back to me, say 3 months, maybe more, and they'll say, the reading that you did for me, it's all slotted into place now. That sort of thing, if you know what I mean. Sometimes what I'm telling you now seems strange and bizarre and irrelevant, but believe me, down the line things can take a turn, and everything happens for a reason, and these cards all come out for a reason. So it's always wise just to keep an open mind and you just give things time, you know. The first card, these are oracle cards, direct little messages to you. So let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, so don't go worrying about things. Things are going to be okay. Don't go worrying or trying to control it. You can't control things. There's no point worrying about it or trying to, direct things, because at the end of the day, things will work out the way they're intended to be. So just bear that in mind. Finances and career have a factor to do with your love life. That's interesting. Finances and career. Is there an issue, or is it just the fact that the two of you you work in the same place? I'm correct in saying that, I think. Sorry, I don't have the notes at hand, but that's interesting. And then we've got religious factors. Would there be a little bit of I don't know, maybe just I'll let you figure that one out. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. I'll just let you figure that one out. Sometimes, like I said, cards are strange. Chemistry. There's chemistry between the two of you for sure. There's a strong magnetic attraction. That's good. You have really good cards. And what I recommend for you to do is to do a little bit of psychic seduction. And that is something I mentioned in a previous video. But what you need to do, if you want to do it, of course, is take 2 to 3 minutes each night. And, if you can, even if it's just a few minutes, if you're having a bath or if you're reading a book on your own, just take a few minutes. And if this is truly, what you want, sit down and see in the mind's eye what you want for you and him to have those great moments together, for you and him to enjoy each other's company. Just see what you want to have, experience the dream, if that's the right word. Experience it in your mind. See exactly what you want. If it's, let's say, a weekend away with him and, just having great nights of passion, see that in your mind. Go down to every little detail and see it in your mind. Experience it and, experience near enough what the feelings are, the excitement in your stomach, the, just the enjoyment, the pleasure, the excitement of seeing him. I know where you're coming from with this, and just take a few minutes of your time and set it aside. And you don't even have to light a candle if you want to. It's up to you. It helps you focus. But just for a few minutes, go into the details of what you want. Don't say, I wish for this. Just in your mind, see it. If you're good at imagining things, that's exactly what it is. It's visualization. And just see in your mind what it is, and that will help the spell immensely. Knock off the worry. Don't worry about things. Don't stress over things. Everything is, really confidential, so please don't worry. But anything along those lines, I say that to everyone that comes to get work done. Everything is 100% confidential. So, like I said, it's just a matter of, really taking it easy, and don't try and control the narrative, if that makes sense. Let's just wait and see what happens. And I think with time, I think there's going to be a shift. Like I said, those cards indicate some sort of meeting kind of thing, and I think something will emerge from it. It may happen that way. It may happen another way. At the end of the day, I think there's a lot of chemistry between the two of you. I can feel that. And let's see how it goes. And I really don't want you worrying. Everything is okay, so don't worry. It's important to not to stress, because you can create issues by stressing. And if you do get into this situation, it's important to not get carried away with it. There's a little warning in those cards to say that there's a potential for someone to get a little bit more involved, but it's just making boundaries, if you know what I mean. making it very clear and stuff, if that's the way that you're going to go, the road you're going to go down, making it very clear. And like I said, if you're going to do this spell at home kind of thing, you need to do a protection ritual afterwards. I always say that with regards to any spell to do with manipulation, it's important to do cleansing. And also, if you're doing it at home, be very specific on the petition as to what you want, and harm to none. That's extremely important, because things could blow up in your face. So it's important for you to be to write that all down, because magic, like I've said many times, will take the road of least resistance. And you have to be careful. You don't want to wreck things to get to this stage. To get to, you want everything to go in the right order, if that makes sense. Now I'm waffling and it's time to go. Have a great evening. Speak to you all soon, and like, share, subscribe. And like I said, I think I mentioned in the last video, I'm contemplating a go live. I'm getting everyone's videos cleared up first, and then I will contemplate this side of the year a go live. I don't know, but at the same time, I'm apprehensive. I don't know if there's a lot of interest in it. I just don't want to be sitting perched here and nobody to talk to. But I will announce it so that people know ahead of time, and we can see how things go. But anyway, have a great evening.